Yo, what's up YouTube? Ryan Magin here, author creator 51 Handsome Guy Secrets, and I'm back with another, this is my third week of Q&A videos where you ask me questions, and I almost dropped my iPad, and I answer them. Anyways, if you're not already a member in the Facebook group, there's a link below this video. That is where all of these questions come from. Each week I make a post, which hopefully you can see that. See it? I make a post, and usually it's on Tuesday or Wednesday, and then usually Friday or Saturday I film these videos. Today being Friday, so I'm filming this video. So it gives you a couple days to think some up, drop them in there, boom, I answer them. So, anyways, Facebook group, link below, join it, and you can ask me questions. Anyways, so this week's first question is from Will Jacobson. When you first started learning about men's fashion, did you know your intent was to become an expert? In your quest, did you have forget this, I'll never know it all moments, and what thoughts slash actions did you use to push through? I'm starting out in a new field, my sights are set high, and I'm sure I could benefit from your experience. Thanks, Ryan. Okay, Will, so first off, when I started learning about fashion, I had no idea I would ever make a business out of it. That wasn't even an option in my mind, I didn't even think about it, but it wasn't until I started getting really good at it, then I don't want to say I'm an opportunity seeker, but I'm very opportunistic. So when I see something that I know people like, I tend to want to sell it or package it in a way that I can sell it. So when a lot of my friends were asking me to take them to the mall, take them shopping, calling me while they were at the mall, asking my advice, I was like, holy shit, I might be onto something here. I can put this together in a simple fashion and I can probably sell it to people and make some money. Well, that's what I did. So that's kind of how I had the idea, but that was after about learning, really consistently obsessed with fashion for probably over a year, a little bit over a year of like mastering the craft and learning everything I could about it and taking certain friends shopping, different body types, fat guys, skinny guys, muscular guys. Basically whoever I could go shopping with and help them out, I would, just to learn and see things of that, you know, how they went down. So my advice to you, so your sights are set high, and I'm sure you can benefit from my experience, you're starting out in a new field. You have to become a master at that field. So become obsessed with everything that you can. I mean, I read books on colors, textures, patterns, psychology, anything I could to see why girls react a certain way, what girls think of guys when they wear certain stuff, what do high fashion guys wear, why do mediocre people and, you know, don't think that people look rich and stuck up if they wear suits, yada yada, all these things. I just dug really deep down into that hole, that rabbit hole of fashion, and I just got really good at it. So now I'm able to spew out all this content about fashion and style and things of that nature because I am an expert on it. I do know everything there is to know about it because I study it, and I still study this stuff every day. So whatever your field is, become really fucking good at it, and just so good at it that people want to pay you to know that your knowledge. And this could be fitness, this could be fashion, this could be dating, pickup, hockey, baseball, softball, football. That's how like professional athletes get so good at their sports, is because they practice. You got to do shit that others don't. You got to read stuff that others won't. So that's my advice to you. You're starting out in a new field, get really fucking good at that field. No matter what, even if you're new. Seth Godin, or what was it, 10,000 Hours is Malcolm Gladwell's book. And he says it takes you roughly 10,000 hours to become a bona fide master at your craft. Start your 10,000 hours. Okay, anyways, I hope you guys like that. That was a long one, I know, because I actually got excited and I told Will I was excited to answer that question. Because I was. So, but I never did have an idea of turning fashion into a business. It just kind of fell into my lap. When I started helping out my friends, and I just realized, holy shit, these people need this help and I can give them that. That's why we're here talking today. So, anyways, next question. Jonas Kuenord, sorry if I killed that name, but Jonas asks, how to have rapport with women, and what does it mean to have rapport with women? Well, that's the first part of this question, so we'll answer that first. How to have rapport with women. Dude, I don't even know what the fuck that is. I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no idea what the fuck rapport with women is. I kind of think that's some bullshit stuff that pickup guys make up to confuse you into thinking pickup's a lot harder than it actually is. So, how to have rapport with women. Basically, if you want to be good with women, bring something valuable to the table. You know, there's a lot of stuff you can learn. Don't get me wrong. Pickup helps out a ton of people, and I really enjoy learning about all types of like meeting women and talking to women and stuff like that. But when it comes to you yourself being a high value person and being somebody that women want to actually talk about and be around, that's how you build rapport with women. Because I'm assuming rapport means like to where you're well liked around women. I can't even answer. I don't even know what the fuck rapport means. So I should have probably like looked that up before I answer your question. I'm sorry, Jonas. But either way, it's all bullshit anyways. What matters is you becoming the best version of yourself and making yourself high value, making yourself interesting, making yourself well dressed, well put together. Get your path, get your vision, and you become an awesome person for you. Then women will just kind of naturally want to be around you. So hope that answered that. And also his second part of the question, what looks good with a Henley? What type of shoes, trousers, jacket? Dude, everything looks good with a Henley. A Henley is just a basic shirt with buttons usually. It's usually 3 buttons that come in long sleeve, short sleeve. I just wrote an email about it the other day. Henleys are awesome. They're just like, they're kind of the older brother of the t-shirt. They're, so when I style Henleys, I like to just wear long sleeves. I kind of roll them up to like the 3/4 look with some nice dark jeans and boots, or some nice like, you know, some nice dress shoes. It's a really good contrast. Like the Henley's kind of casual, bad boy, laid back. And you got some nice dark denim, which is kind of dressy. And then you got the boots, which is like, oh shit, I'm a badass. Or you got the, you know, nice pair of dress shoes with like a nice pin roll on your jeans. It's a good way. That's what I like to do. And then you can always throw, I don't wear blazers over Henleys too much because the buttons kind of get all weird and crooked. Oh, my collar's messed up there. Sorry about that. But I do wear a lot of like denim jackets or like a leather jacket. That's really what Henleys are made for. They're like the bad boy fucking staple t-shirt. So hope that answers your question there. And as we get into fall and stuff, I'm going to start talking more about, you know, jackets and things of that nature. But as you can still see outside my doors, it's still very hot out here in Florida. Next up, okay. Meyer David asks, how to be a badass. Wait, nope, sorry, scratch that. Lucas asks, how to layer the pants/shorts and dress shirt look with rolled sleeves. Layering the dress shirt without looking too formal, i.e. wearing a blazer. Something that would be light, easy to carry. Okay, half that question I didn't really understand, Lucas, but I'm going to try my best. Okay, first off, how to layer with the rolled sleeves. I roll my shirt first and then put the blazer on over it. But what I do is, sounded funny, didn't it? What I do as well is most of my sleeves are held in place by rubber bands. If you saw the video, if I remember, I'll put a link to it or somewhere in the video. It's how to roll the trick to roll your blazers up. I use rubber bands and then I roll them. I do that a lot with my sleeves too, and it keeps them up here so they're not bunching up. So that's a really good way to keep your stuff from bunching up and looking really clean when you roll your sleeves, and then put a jacket on over top of it. As far as layering the dress shirt without looking too formal, i.e. wearing a blazer. I mean, if you don't want to look too formal, ditch the tie, open the shirt a little bit, there you go. Wear a t-shirt under the blazer with your dress slacks, that's a little more casual. I hope that answers your question. If not, you know the drill, I'm going to ask it again next week. So, Meyer David asks, how to be a badass/win at life. And he says, I really want to see your take on this. Okay, Meyer, I don't know if that's your last name. It says David Meyer. Meyer David, I don't know what you got going on there, but either way, how to be a badass win at life. That's totally subjective to whoever is asking. If you're asking yourself that question, you have to get it clear in your mind exactly what your badass life is and what you want it to be. And then you go do whatever you can to achieve that badassery, if you will. So if you want to work from home, if you want to make YouTube videos, if you want to teach guys, you know, go sell a shit ton of cars, sell real estate, whatever you got to do, you just got to get really clear on it. And that's why I'm super big on, not so much like really, like I'm not super in depth on goals, but I like 30, 60, 90 day, 1 year plans, and I like to know where I'm going, because those plans will shift and you're going to correct course a lot. But if you have a target you're aiming for, you can always go towards that target. So that's kind of like the first step. And the second is you gotta hustle your fucking ass off. You gotta work your face off. You gotta learn shit. You gotta be interesting. Something on my iPad screen. You just, basically to be a badass, you gotta do shit that others won't. Work out hard, be in shape, dress really well, read a lot, become interesting, get smarter, take classes, be a good networker. these are all things that I kind of entail as someone who's a badass at life. Because it's not necessarily finances that, for me, finances don't like signify, dude, that dude's a badass. Yeah, obviously it's cool if he's driving a Lamborghini and he lives in a fucking big house, but if he has no friends and doesn't get laid, he's not really badass. So just get really, really clear on what you want out of life and really vision it. Like sit down, write that shit out. Like a mentor of mine, Frank Kern, always wrote, he calls it his perfect day. What is your ideal perfect day? Basically, think of it as like, it's a Wednesday. What are you doing on a random Wednesday? You know, when you're at your house, you wake up, what are you doing for that day? Not, I'm gonna go to Tahiti this week, I'm gonna be traveling to the Maldives and diving off of a cliff or swimming with a shark. Like, what is your ideal Tuesday afternoon? Answer that question, and that's how you become a badass at life. All right, next up, Romain Jaquest. Did you have a mentor to help you with your goals? Yes, I have tons of mentors, and I don't know if you can hear my dogs barking outside, but they're really annoying right now, so sorry about that. Anyways, yes, I've had tons of mentors. I read a lot of books, I watch a lot of YouTube videos, but my close group of friends, they started, well, Elliot Holst has been a huge mentor of mine. I met him very early on. This is actually a question down below, so I'm not going to answer it too in depth yet. But Elliot helped me out a ton when I first started, kind of just showing more or less what is possible. And I have a lot of friends that I talk to of guys that have achieved quite a lot. And more or less, you got to surround yourself with people that are doing more than what you're currently doing. So you got to basically see the other side of the curtain. You got to see what is going on that side of life as opposed to what maybe your friends are dealing with now. Because when I saw people actually fly in private jets and people stay in these badass penthouse suites in Las Vegas and spend 10 grand on bottle service at clubs, when I saw that and experienced it and how it felt and what it was like, I wanted to seek out more people that were experiencing that type of stuff. Now, not all of them were valuable. There's a lot of people with a lot of money that are just kind of douchebags, but I wanted to meet people that had the capabilities to do stuff like that and then ask them how they do it. So yeah, I mean, I personally, you know, books and like reading, and you know, I look up to a lot of, I don't say I look up, but I study a lot of celebrities and see how they react to the world. I hope I answered this question. I kind of got really sidetracked there. But yes, I have lots of mentors, and a mentor to me isn't necessarily a living person, it's also a book. I know if you've seen Ty Lopez's stuff, he's big on my library. No, whatever it takes, man. If you got to go out, just meet people. Like, that's why I talk about $1 Million Networking. You just want to be able to see the other side of the world, see how other people live, because once you do that and experience it, you're going to want to seek out other people that are doing that, and that's going to raise your self-worth and your hustle, and you're just going to find some cool shit. So, but person who's a mentor, but most of my friends started as mentors, but now they're friends. All right, I'm back. I'm not sure what happened. I'm not sure what happened there. My camera cut off when I tried to show you guys my bookshelf. But either way, books that I really like. Number one book that I think everybody should read is The 50th Law by 50 Cent. As far as a book to make money, Felix Dennis, How to Get Rich is an awesome book on like money. Personal Finance, Ramit Sethi, I Will Teach You to Be Rich. Great book. But yeah, I mean, honestly, just read a lot. I mean, I read all kinds of stuff. I didn't necessarily, there weren't very many books on fashion to teach me that. So I had to just you kind of have to like find guys like me and search out other people, take inspiration from celebrities, and just kind of read other people's blogs and just kind of go there for as far as fashion is concerned. But as far as goal setting motivation, you know, 50th Law is a badass book, man. Read that book. You'll love that shit. Robert Greene Mastery, Robert Greene 48 Laws of Power. Anything by Robert Greene is amazing. Definitely read the Ramit Sethi book. I like biographies. Robert Downey Jr. is a really good one. Donald Trump's was a good one. Houdini's was a good one. I mean, I read a lot, so just wherever you can find motivation and take it from. As far as marketing is concerned, anything and everything by Dan Kennedy. He's the man. Dan Kennedy's awesome. So he's got tons of books. His No BS Wealth Attraction in the New Economy is a really, really good book. So I hope that answers your question. Mandeep Sandhu asks, hey Ryan, in Handsome Guy Secrets Video 1, you talk about expressing your personalities and who we are in the way we dress. I'm a comedian and wonder how I can express my comical fun side but still look like a boss. Unfortunately, a lot of my comic role models have questionable dress sense. Obviously, man, best way I can tell you to find your personal like flair kind of thing is just experiment like colors, patterns, pocket squares, cool ties, bow ties, things like that are things that people don't wear. But being that your presence is up on a stage and you're making people laugh, I think it'd be really cool. Maybe it could be cool shoes. You know, it could be just, you know, I'm big on like awesome shoes, and like if I had to dress up every day where I was like wearing like a lot of suits, I would get crazy with my pocket squares, and I would get like bow ties and cool ties. Those are just little ways to express your personality. So I hope that answers your question. But you got to find like a signature thing, whether it be like your shoes, whether it be, you know, the certain types of like loud pattern shirts, you know, not logos, fuck logos, but like patterns and stuff. Those could be like your thing. But just make sure they fit good. Hope that answers your question, bro. Keith asks, how do I know Jason Capital? I've known Jason Capital for a really, really long time. I met him when he was actually in college, and we have remained friends ever since because he was going to school here in St. Petersburg before he even knew or was a pickup guy that he is today. He was playing basketball for Michigan State and Eckerd College here. So I met him because he was a little dorky kid, and so was I, and we just kind of clicked, and now he's a self-made millionaire and one of my best mentors / friends. So badass dude. Let's see. Steven Castro asks, I go to college where I have to wear a tie 3 days a week and a suit twice. Is there any way that I can stand out from anyone else? Same thing I just told the comic guy. Ties, pocket squares, dress shoes, dress belts, those are the only ways. And then like patterns and colors. So I mean, you could be, sometimes you don't always have to like stand out too. If you just master fit and make sure your suit fits better than everybody else's in the room, you're gonna be looking like $1 million bucks. Let's see. Josh Vinicour asks, I started following you through Elliot Hulse. What's the story and how did you guys link up? How has he impacted your life? If you listen to the prior part of this video, Elliot has impacted my life immensely. He's pretty much the reason I discovered the internet and what its capabilities and what was possible to making a business online, because I just kind of copied and followed what he was doing. But how I met him was through undergroundstrengthcoach.com, a guy named Zach Evanesh. I was into that type of training at the time. He had a forum, and Elliot was also in the forum, and I saw that he had a strength camp, which was the strength camp that is huge today. And he was doing it out of a local park. I showed up with my 10 bucks, I paid Elliot, and I did his workout. And then I never left, never went away. I remained friends with him ever since, not because he liked me, but because I knew, like I teach in $1 Million Networking, that this is a guy I should be around, and I'm going to make sure that I stay around him. And naturally, we are really good friends to this day. And it is 11:48 on a Friday right now, and I am meeting him at 3 for cigars at our local cigar bar. So we hang out all the time. His wife is good friends with my girlfriend, and it's just sprouted from there. So that's how I know Elliot. But I knew him before Strength Camp was anything, and he had no YouTube subscribers when I met him. Darrell Sean asks, what's your favorite opportunity I've gotten because of dressing better? I have tons, but my favorite was actually the first time I went to Vegas, and I flew in by myself, and I was actually meeting Jason Capital, and that was actually to film a workshop, which is Handsome Guy Advanced. And I filmed it in the Aria at Vegas, and I was staying at, well no, actually, scratch that. Prior to that, I was going to visit my dad in Vegas, and I just booked myself a room at Planet Hollywood. I showed up and I was wearing a nice fitted blazer, a black button-up jeans, and boots, and I was really well put together. And this is when I was just starting to dress well and get into like fit. And when I went to check in, the girl there, she probably was hitting on me. But we had some banter back and forth, and Next thing I know is she upgraded me to a suite, and it was overlooking the strip, and I got that room for like 59 bucks that night, and it was definitely worth way more than that. So she like automatically upgraded me, and it was awesome. That was like the first cool thing that ever happened, just by how I looked. And then other than that, you just get lots of, like, it's just a lot of little stuff. It's not like big stuff. It's just, you know, getting into clubs first, getting, you know, discounts on your tabs, just offering people to buy you drinks, and just cool stuff. Like, you know, people just respect you more when you dress better. And it's not so much like things like that happen. I've been upgraded in the first class because I looked like I should be there. Like, just shit like that. Like, it's really hard to pick one, but the first time, that first Vegas story where I got my upgraded at, like, didn't even ask for it, just happened, was fucking cool. Andrew asked, for someone looking to break into an abstract career like style and dating, what advice do you have for people looking to start up a career in such a business? Get really good at it, master your craft, and then start producing a lot of content and give it away for free. You see these YouTube videos that I produce, you see the amount of content that I generate, do the same thing. Just start doing what I do. Copy me. It's awesome. Let's see. Abdu asked, did you go to college to start your business online? I have an art degree. I have a 2-year degree in computer animation. I don't use that degree whatsoever. No part of that degree helps me in anything that I do today. I just have school loans for no fucking reason at all. So, no, I did not go to business. Everything that you can do online, you can teach yourself. Anybody that's in a school trying to teach you how to do this stuff online is just trying to take money from you. So, just fucking college in general is a ripoff. Unless you're going to school to be like a doctor or a nurse or something where you actually need the tangible degree. If you're going for a marketing degree or a business degree, I think that's retarded, because the only way you can get good at business is start a fucking business. That should be the only requirement for a business school. To graduate with a business degree, you should have to have a business that makes money when you graduate, not just know how, because you'll figure everything else out along the way. Sorry, little college rant there. David asks, best advice / tips to elevate your style with layering, must-haves to layer, i.e. blazers and sweaters, sports coats, where to get the best fitting ones, how to know your size of a blazer and what the perfect fit is. David, that's a lot of questions for one. So, style with layering. First thing you do is get yourself a nice V-neck sweater, wear a shirt underneath it, pop the collar out of it, boom, there you go. That's layering 101. Next up, if you want to do it, throw a blazer on over top of that, that's layering 102. That's really it. Layering is just all about wearing a base, putting something over it. I mean, layering isn't complicated, but it also is hot, so don't. Alright, I'm back. I got cut off again there. Not sure why. I keep running out of time on my camera. I keep hitting my data limit on my phone for gigs or whatever. Anyway, so David, that's my answer for layering. You can get crazy with it, but go to Pinterest. Pinterest is like your best friend. Look at people, how they're layering stuff, and just kind of mimic that. That's my best suggestion there. I do have a lot of, I have some videos in 51 Handsome Guy Secrets where I show you how to layer. You could also check that out as well. Ben Marco asks, my question regards plateauing in regards to fashion. I've made huge strides from sweats and Jordans to Handsome Guy style, but I don't want to stay at Team Handsome Guy level 1. I don't want my look to stay the same for very long. I want to take it to the next level, and then at the next level after that, yada yada. What mindsets do you recommend to keep pushing towards the unknown and experimental? How do I keep things fresh so my fashion never plateaus? This is why I never get complacent or I'm satisfied. And the same question in other areas of life. How can I accept and be made happy by progress but still keep pushing to get even better? Anyways, that was a long question, Ben, but a good one no less. Best thing I can recommend to you is always just get yourself out of your comfort zone. Once you know style, you don't really need to keep pushing the boundaries of your style. You just need to keep putting together cool stuff. I mean, my style really hasn't changed a whole lot, but I just keep putting together and making different outfits. I get excited when I put together cool outfits and mix different things, like how can I make a pair of skate-high Vans look dressed up, or just shit like that. Once you start just kind of, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You can be the judge of that. Some people might say they don't like it, whatever. But that also is the same with other aspects of your life. You just got to keep trying new stuff. Like I said, check out a lot of blogs. I really like Pinterest, and I actually take a lot of inspiration from some like women fashion blogs because they're always doing some pretty crazy shit, and then just pulling it over and making it look good on a guy. So I hope that answers your question. I don't really know that there's different levels to fashion. I think high fashion is pretty fucking stupid. Like, you can look at like the models that got walking down runways and stuff. I mean, one dude had his dick and balls hanging out and some shit. So I'm not really into that. So it's like, once you have the knowledge of fashion, it's just putting together cool and different ways to put together outfits. So that will always keep you looking fresh, and naturally your style is going to evolve. Right now you might just, like, I was really into the V-neck with the jeans and the boots. Now I'm more into like a street style type of thing. So you're gonna have waves of your fashion, you're gonna go back and forth, but just knowing how to put all that stuff together in interesting combinations is what makes you an expert on fashion. So hope that answers your question there. And other areas of your life, get out of your comfort zone. Always do new stuff. I've talked to you, Ben. We met in person. You're already doing that, bro. You're on the right path. So just keep doing that. And last but not least, Jonas asks when to wear a cardigan when you're cold, dude. It's like a sweater. I hope that's what you meant by that. But that's when I wear a cardigan. If it's chilly out, it's a sweater. So I just put it on over top of something. That's it for this video. Once again, all these questions are from my Facebook group, which there's links below. The products I mentioned in this video, $1 Million Networking and 51 Handsome Guy Secrets, there's links below to those as well. If you want to check those out, do so. $1 Million Network is currently closed. I will open that back up. Not quite sure when, so you got to get on the waiting list, but you'll see that below. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy it. Have a great weekend. I'm going to stop talking before my camera shuts off again. Peace.